about the Warriors and the Cows, Chip Kelly hired as a studio analyst at ESPN. Now that
did take the bait and go back to the NFL or even to college, but I think Chip Kelly will ultimately end up coaching in college football again, and somebody will be getting a very good coach.
Chip Kelly will never coach, be a head coach in the NFL again, true or false?
No, he will not. Andy said, you know, you're right, Auburn could go 9. You know what I mean?
Well, 5 missed field goals, and, you know, I mean, we found ways.
And then throw a pass up in the corner of the end zone with time running out. I mean,
so we've had opportunities, we just hadn't taken advantage of them. But anyway, LSU, Georgia, Alabama, if we go 9-3, and those are the 3 teams we lose to, yes, it'll be like.
But you're not going to fire a guy that went 9-3.
No.
And finished runner-up in the SEC West, probably.
No, you can't. I mean,
or second. If they beat LSU, and we talked about LSU's schedule. LSU's got a weird deal before their off week. They got Alabama right after their off week, and Alabama has them. You know, both of them have the off week at the same time. LSU to me is either going to be 5-3 or 8-0 going into Alabama. If they're 5-3 coming into Alabama, they're going to be 5 happy with Thursday just by a little bit or by a blowout. I mean, I actually kind of wish it would have been a blowout, so I could have left earlier and gotten on back down the road.
It's a different, but it's a different. So I mean, if it would have been a normal game, and we would, I mean, that game ended. That we even know what that was. I didn't even know what that was.
I don't even know.
I mean, we were so inept. It was like,
I mean, just watching Auburn offensively coming down the stretch had nothing. Anything.
No.
I mean, Alabama played awful in the first half against us, and still there was no threat. I mean,
we were never going to score.
No, but Alabama couldn't. Alabama was stumbling all over themselves and throwing interceptions and just like playing about as bad as you can play, and it still never was in doubt. So, but that. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. Does Auburn split the Clemson and LSU game and the Georgia and Alabama game? Do they go 2-2?
I'm counting that LSU win, but I'm counting a Georgia win.
Okay, so you think they're going to beat Clemson and Georgia?
And I think we'll take our chances with Alabama.
Okay. Well, I think Georgia comes into Auburn undefeated.
I
think they come into Auburn undefeated.
They'll lose to Florida. That's just what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
But
we'll see. Kirby Smart. It's a different day and age. So
it's true. He's established.
I think Georgia beat when they come to Auburn.
Now that could be very interesting.
Yeah, it could.
And you talk about a rematch, possibly. Mm-hmm. You may have to play Georgia twice. Finally, we'll just wrap this segment up in honor of Roger Moore, who passed away this past week. Mm-hmm. Roger Moore was your favorite Bond, true or false?
Not favorite, second favorite.
Okay.
You know, Sean, it's hard to always beat the original.
If you've been putting off that new heating and air unit in your home because of the upfront expenses, Williams Plumbing of Alexander City now has primary financing from Synchrony and can now install brand new heating and cooling systems with 0 down, longer terms, and a competitive rate. Call Williams Plumbing at 256-329-8488 and get a free quote and terms and upgrade up to $35,000 in work with approved credit. Williams Plumbing stands behind their work with on-time affordable service for all your heating and air needs, as well as plumbing for 0 down financing and great service. Williams Plumbing.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
Advantage is defined as a favorable or desirable circumstance or feature, a benefit. And that's just what you'll get with the Gills Auto Sales 5-Star Advantage. Gills worry-free guarantee, a 30-month, 30,000-mile warranty on every vehicle. Flexible financing to fit any budget or credit situation. Convenience with 6 locations offering quick and easy approvals. And selection, the area's volume leader with over 400 vehicles in stock. There's only one place to get the 5-Star Advantage, and that's only at Gills.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Gorees Furniture.
Your Expressway savings.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Outdoor Conventional Fireplace. Smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor electric and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
It's Truck Month.
It's Ram Truck Month at Vice Motors in Alex City. Save over $10,000 off MSRP on select Ram 1500 or 2500.
Trucks, and more trucks.
Nice price.
Lowest price.
Great looking trucks and great looking discounts.
Buy it at Vice.
Blake Martin's Ram Truck Headquarters.
America's longest lasting trucks.
ViceChryslerDodge.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown. Andy and Brett here with you. About an hour and 20 more minutes. The SEC baseball tournament underway at the Hoover Met. It'll be wrapping up tomorrow with the championship game, which will be still determined. LSU will play South Carolina today. Florida will play. I didn't see. Did you see how Arkansas and Mississippi State turned out?
No, I did not.
It was 1-1 last time I saw that. That one was going late too, so I was a little tired.
You were just worn out.
I was. So
I was at graduation last night, and we had a little get together after, so wasn't really into the Arkansas Mississippi State game. Look,
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Hoover. Do you like the SEC tournament? Is it going to be able to stay in Hoover? I mean, I know they've got a contract through.
Well, they built this new facility there, and it looks pretty. I mean. The crowds look to be better than I've seen them in a while, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the earlier games are not.
No.
But
I think it's okay. I think it stays there, at least for now. Auburn, hey, we won a game in the SEC tournament. We took 2 of 3 from LSU, from Ole Miss to end the season. Beat Ole Miss again in the SEC tournament.
Obviously some bad blood against Auburn and Ole Miss there at the end.
But clearly, Butch Thompson was looking at this game like, if we win this game, we're into the NCAA tournament. Absolutely,
Arkansas
no doubt
and
about
Florida
it.
today at 3:30.
Okay, Arkansas won that game, so Mississippi State's out. So you pitch both Thompson and Mize in game 1, and that just seemed like, you were putting all your eggs in one basket. Why not, save Mize?
Well, let me just say this: you're in an elimination game in the first round. If you don't get out of that, and it's all go to the. I'm all about being aggressive and pitching your best in a tournament, because there is no tomorrow, especially in a single elimination round, if you don't win that game. There is no sense to playing. So I think he was in the back of his mind going, this is, let's go ahead and get the win, and we'll worry about the rest of it later. We got to get out of this game. We got to win this game first. So I think he was hoping Keegan Thompson would be a little bit sharper than he was. He wasn't. So he had to come in with Casey Mize, wanted to make sure that he finished off Ole Miss and got into that double elimination round of the tournament.
I guarantee you this, somebody's going to be upset that Auburn's the number 3 seed in their bracket. In their reach.
If Keegan Thompson is tailed off here at the end of the year. Alabama got to him. Now Ole Miss and LSU got to him. It just, I don't know if they did 4-1 last night.
Yeah, so for that.
And the win went to.
Got your eye on a new Nissan? It's time to zero in on huge savings at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. 0% financing is back in a big way on many of your favorite Nissan models, but only for a limited time. Buy today and save up to $11,000 off MSRP. Lynch Nissan of Auburn, I-85 and exit 51.
At U.S. AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, U.S. AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the U.S. AmeriBank difference. U.S. AmeriBank. Banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now there's no excuse. Drive a new Hyundai today. Trade and drive this 17 Elantra today, just $49 a month. Trade and drive this 17 Sonata, $99 a month. Or trade and drive this 17 Santa Fe Sport, just $139 per month. At Hyundai of Auburn, deluxe safety, comfort and economy features, no extra charge, and locally built. Lease, finance, and credit options for you. We want your trade, even if you deal someplace else. But why would you? Trade and drive today at Hyundai of Auburn for $49 a month.
There is a strength inside you, unknown and imperfect, waiting. And when you think you have nothing left to give, when each obstacle in your path is more formidable.
Premium diamonds that are never enhanced. Jewelry by Design is also your officially licensed Auburn University jeweler that handcrafts all of their Auburn jewelry as unique as your passion for the Auburn Tigers. For jewelry that's crafted to your style, visit Jewelry by Design on Dean Road in Auburn or online at jewelrybydesignauburn.com. Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Andy and Brett here with you for one more segment in the first hour of today's show. How about a little big deal, little deal, or no deal? I believe it's the first time we've ever done this segment.
Well,
roll out the
we have to get the music. We have to get the music.
I know, absolutely. We
have to get the game show music, man.
In about 6 years,
we'll have it.
We'll have it.
That's right.
I promise you that. A big deal, little deal, or no
Probably
deal.
about the same time we'll figure out the online stream as far as why some nights it's just beautiful and some nights mornings, I guess it's morning, isn't it, right?
It is morning.
Usually you see 7:53 on the clock. This
is true.
So, but anyway.
It may be night. I just thought it was
big
morning.
deal, little deal, no deal. The online stream works from show to show.
Big deal.
Huge big deal. Massive deal.
Jake Bentley's comment that Clemson wasn't that much better than us or better than us at all last year. Just for a reminder, I think Clemson won that game 56-7 and had about 600 and something yards to South Carolina's 200.
Give Jake Bentley a little word.
So is this a big deal, little deal, or no deal that he makes this statement?
It's no deal. Let me tell you, because South Carolina is not relevant to anybody and anything right now. Until you do something to prove, I mean, that is just total wasteless chatter from a guy that's a young kid in the SEC trying to look. When you start backing it up, and you start getting competitive, that's. And I'm not saying that South Carolina wasn't competitive in games last year, but when the team you're talking about just won the national championship and they beat your brains totally out on that field, don't say anything. I mean, it's almost like advice to Donald Trump. Just shut up sometimes. If you just shut up and just do the job and quit trying to attack every comedian and every Joe Blow out there that tweets something about you. I think Donald Trump would stay up all night looking at people that's taking shots at him so he could fire back at them. You don't have to. You can be a nobody and he'd fire back a shot at you. I mean, he just can't let it rest. So for Jake Bentley just be quiet and go out there and prove that you're a good quarterback and that you're pro. Bring South Carolina back to prominence where Steve Spurrier had them, and then you can say, hey, well, you know what, Clemson wasn't that much better.
Well, so I think it's a little deal.
I think it's no deal.
Because the fact that it was such a blowout actually, I think, leads or gives credence to that he's right. I mean, because it was such a blowout, he can say they weren't that much better than us. Which, I mean, that they may have been 35-7 better than us, but they weren't 55-7.
I'm not too sure they weren't 55-7 better.
Well, I mean, South Carolina went to a bowl game.
Well, they went to a bowl game, but I want you to go position by position and tell me who would have started on Clemson from South Carolina and vice versa. That's how you can tell.
Well,
I bet you there wouldn't be two players off of South Carolina starting 11 on defense and offense that would have started for Clemson.
But I mean, this is like
so it's no deal.
It's like a Louisiana Monroe versus Clemson. I mean, he's saying we're better than that. But the fact that he said better than us at all, that's when he screwed up. That was when he got.
He screwed up by saying anything at all.
Big deal, little deal, or no deal. The NFL going from 15 minutes of overtime to 10 minutes of overtime.
10 minutes. I mean, I'm going to say little deal.
Yeah,
I'm
with you.
How many games run the gamut and go to a tie anyway? So there have been some last couple of years.
They said, I think 6 games. It was the first time, I think, in maybe the first most ever, that 6 games went to at least 10 minutes of overtime last year.
Okay. I'll just say that's 10 minutes.
And celebrations are back. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
That's good. And pros, let them go, man. See what people are going to do.
Yeah, I'm afraid of what they're going to do.
We'll see.
Big deal, little deal, no deal. Alabama with only 2 commitments for the 2018 class. First time they have not been ranked in ESPN Top 25 at this point in the season.
Oh, Lord, everybody just, no deal.
I see the crumbling, foundation's crumbling.
Yeah, just better go call Old Shan and get some foundation repair.
That's right.
No deal.
No deal.
They got enough talent. Look, they got enough talent up there. He could just quit recruiting for the next 3 years.
We're going to take
He just quit recruiting for the next 3 years and say, look, I'm retiring. And this in the back of his mind, literally. Nick Saban's like, okay, I'm not saying this is what he's saying, but if he's got it in his mind when he's going to leave, let's just say in 3 years or 4 years, I don't really care about the class of 2020. And how we're going to do, we're just going to ride the rest of this wave out. I've got some great players, enough stockpiled to be good for the next few years, and I'll leave an empty cupboard here for the next guy.
I agree, no deal. Marlon Character and Antoine Jackson transferring out of Auburn. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
Okay, big deal on one end, little deal on the other. Big deal for Marlon Character, little deal for Antoine Jackson. Marlon Character was going to play a good bit this year. I'm not saying that Antoine Jackson couldn't have worked his way up, but why does Auburn continue to have issues with people can't get along? I mean, and then it blows up to, well, we'll just think it'll be best for you to go play somewhere else. I mean, what's your take on that, man? I mean, I think it's a big deal that this happens every time. This happens every year. I think that's what your big deal is.
Yeah, no doubt. The word is that there was an altercation with a teammate, right?
But it's every daggum year.
Sounds like Duke Williams, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, and then don't forget about Javon Robinson. And Lord knows the rest of the rundown, dating back to Gene Chiswick's illustrious days at Auburn with players toting guns and infighting and all that. Why can't you get a grip on that, man? I'm not saying it doesn't go on everywhere else too, but it just seems like the reoccurring ulcer in your mouth. You know, it just keeps popping back up, and you go, what am I going to do to get rid of this?
Why won't this go away?
Why won't this go away? You know, you just keep biting the same place in your mouth over and over. You know how that happens? You're like, golly. You know, quit biting the side of your cheek, man.
Problem is it gets bigger every time.
That's right. It's swollen, and it gets – let's hope it doesn't get big. But it just seems like it just kind of peters along the same line for Auburn and goes in a direction. You're just waiting at some point in time to hear who's going to get dismissed this year. Is it big time guy? I mean, we're just now getting Kyle Davis back. You know, why did Kyle Davis leave and become non-existent for 6 or 7 months? Now he's back. So can't you just stay on track, man? Up against the break. We got some other ones we'll come back to when we get back.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At US AmeriBank, there's something very different at the heart of what we do and who we are. It's a spirit that also defines our neighbors, local businesses, and communities. Building on our 116-year history in Alabama, US AmeriBank provides something found nowhere else: craft banking. It's an unwavering commitment to handcrafted banking solutions that turns customers into enthusiastic fans. Visit usameribank.com or your local branch to discover the US AmeriBank difference. US AmeriBank, banking on values. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control company for a generation, and now we're proud to announce our new name, EnviroCare. You can expect them high standards for all your pest control needs, and EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system that provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. The EnviroCare Centricon termite protection protects your home year-round. Call the professionals of EnviroCare throughout Central East Alabama. Call for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
Jackson Refrigeration is Central East Alabama's Alabama Power's superior solutions dealer. With rapid response time and on-budget pricing, we're Central East Alabama's and the area's authorized Goodman Heating and Air dealer. We make your peace of mind easy and give you peace of mind when it comes to your heating and air needs. As a superior solutions dealer, Jackson Refrigeration can help save you money and energy with a new electric heat pump. Jackson Refrigeration works on all existing brands and units and has the team to solve your heating and cooling needs, no matter the season.
In a world that's ever changing, you have to be sure that your choices are the right choices. At Central Alabama Community College, you'll know you made the best choice. Whether choosing a technical degree program, taking courses to transfer to a 4-year college or university, or being a part of our national championship winning traditions, get a sharper focus on your life by choosing one of our 3 convenient locations: Alex City, Childersburg, and Talladega. Central Alabama Community College. Central to you, central to your success.
Ask what makes it the best 3 Series ever, and we'll tell you it has more advanced suspension and steering, or even more control of the road. And it's near perfectly balanced to put performance first. But ask if we're aware the competition mimics us just to keep up? No comment. The BMW 3 Series.
Visit BMW of Columbus on Whittlesey Boulevard or shop bmwofcolumbus.com.
We got to go to a break, but we'll come back.
We got a phone call.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown right after these messages.
Purchasing a new home is easier than you think, and America's Home Place can show you the way. For over 41 years, we've built thousands of homes for people just like you. We guide you through the entire process, from purchasing a lot, finding financial options, to putting the finishing touches on your beautiful new house. Come tour our showroom and see over 100 customizable floor plans. Visit us online at americashomeplace.com/TV for a free floor plan book. America's Home Place. We make building easy.
Now is the best time to see the good guys the locals know, Alex City Marine. With last year being our best year yet, Landau Pontoons has increased Alex City Marine's allocation of Landaus for the 17 season. Our Suzuki outboard selections are at an all-time high. Alex City Marine is now also Lake Martin's exclusive Manitou pontoon dealer with a full line of the luxurious Manitou Tri-Tune with patented V-Tune technology for top performance. Get the best selection now of Landau and Manitou pontoons. Alex City Marine, Lake Martin.
Whether it's a dream house or corporate real estate, Concrete has 4211 or check us out on the web at con-crete.com.
It's Truck Month.
It's Ram Truck Month at Bike Motors in Alex City. Save over $10,000 off MSRP on select Ram.
Just then, we were in conversation with you, and you said it's fun how Auburn and Alabama mirror each other a lot of times in things. And Andy actually started the show off this morning and said the exact same thing you said, Luke.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's very difficult when you're a college program to fire somebody after 1 year. You have to do it, and you've got to have a belief that this thing is literally the Titanic. And that's where Alabama baseball seemed to be. There is no doubt in my mind the decision had been made to keep Goff despite his horrific record in conference. But after he called in all the players and basically said, hey, some of you guys aren't going to be guaranteed scholarships, they made it so that there was no way he could come back. Now, because no scholarships were revoked, there's no violation, but what he was threatening to do was a violation. And by his not knowing this, I think it shows ignorance. And it really shows some, I mean, how about the audacity of this guy to blame that season on the players alone? I mean, look, Alabama wasn't setting the world on fire before Goff got there, but they weren't this bad. I mean, 3 of their wins miraculously, unbelievably came against Auburn, and they only had 2 other SEC wins. I mean, it's criminal to be this bad in this conference. And I know Alabama and Auburn behind the 8 ball when it comes to baseball, in terms of hope scholarships and no lottery money and yada, yada, yada. But my goodness gracious, you've got to be better than this. And it was just a train wreck of a season. And frankly, I guess Goff ended up being his own worst enemy and Alabama's best friend. Alabama backed their way into being able to fire this guy, whether they wanted to or not, and I think it can only be good.
Well, I agree with that, and I said that earlier in the show too. I thought, that there's no way you fire a guy even as bad as Alabama's record was in conference after, but then he goes off and does something just totally unrealistic, and Alabama's like, thank goodness, we can go in there and really get rid of this guy now. I want to go back to that, what you said earlier, though. How does a coach of a Division I major conference baseball program not know obviously he didn't know the rule, and he could claim the rule, or he actually played the part of, I don't care what the rule is, I'm going to do this. Obviously we know now that in this day and age, you can tell guys they're not coming back. You can't take their scholarship away. What you do in essence is you just lose those players. Sonny Galloway actually even got that part right, because he got rid of 4 or 5 guys after year 1. They were allowed to keep their scholarship, but he just told them to take a hike. I don't want you around the program anymore. I don't want you here anymore. But the kids actually were able to keep their scholarships and continue to go to school. But how does Greg Goff not know that you can't do that, and that's a violation of NCAA rules, and you're going to bring a lawsuit against your university if you do that, which was about to happen? These parents had united and were about to sue the university. And I think that's why Alabama was left with no choice but to get rid of it.
It is funny, though, because we know we've seen it on just about in every other sport, on every other campus, that there are ways to make kids feel unwelcome at their universities, their respective colleges, so that they do leave and effectively are cut, but you have to do it diplomatically. I mean, Nick Saban, people talk about all the time his cutting kids. He hasn't cut anybody. But I think there are times when he has been incredibly frank with a young man and said, look, you aren't going to get on the field. And whether it's because of performance or because of attitude or whatever it is, And Gus Malzahn's done it. I mean, basketball has done it. Everybody's done it where you're honest with a kid and say, hey, I don't think you can play for us. But if you want to stay on scholarship, I'll keep you here. But it's going to be a rough ride for you because you're not going to see the field. And generally, a kid will get the hint. And most of them have enough pride to say something like, you know what, if you don't want me here, I don't want to be here, and I'll figure something else out.
It almost makes me wonder if Goff wanted out, because it's not really believable to me that he's that stupid.
Oh, I totally agree. Look, I'm not trying to defend Goff. I'm just saying I think that's how off base he was, is that he had no idea how to run a Power 5 program. I'm okay with the fact that some kids, after a year or two of development, you see that they can't contribute to your program, and so you try to be diplomatically correct and politically correct by saying, look, I don't think you can cut it at this level, and you try to guide them in another direction. But if they want to stay, you've got to keep their scholarships for them. And Goff basically fired these kids. That's essentially what he did.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about the biggest argument ever against people who believe that college is about amateur sports, I think Greg Goff would be Exhibit A, because that's what he did. He went in there Donald Trump style and tried to fire these kids.
Yeah, he did, and I want to. We'll end on this, and then we'll move into another topic, Luke. But like what Andy just said, if you're Greg Goff trying to go out and get a job, if you were either number one, that belligerent and just disregarded the rules, that's a strike against you. Or two, if you were that ignorant and didn't know the rules and made the mistake, that looks bad. That looks even worse on you from a program wanting to go out and hire you again. Not saying that he won't be able to go out and land a job, because there's so many jobs out there, somebody will take a chance on him, I'm sure. But he just really, he really messed himself up in a lot of ways there.
Think about this, Brett. Think about this. Alabama fired him essentially without cause. I mean, they did not. Alabama said he's getting his full buyout. We just, we don't care where you go, just go away. And so he's going to get $450,000 for either 3 or 4 more years. I can't remember.
Good Lord.
What his salary was. So, I mean, he doesn't necessarily have to take a job. Now, if he does take a job, whatever the difference is, Alabama, I mean, if he takes a job for $250,000, Alabama will send him $200,000 a year. But, I mean, it's worth every penny to get him out of there.
Yeah.
I think Alabama at this point would have paid double to get him to go away.
Yeah, he wins, too, with the money, like you said, salary for the next 3 or 4 years. And it's like Andy said, it is kind of odd, almost like, hey, I'm going to do it this way. If they fire me, so be it. If not, I'll get to do things the way I want to do them. Before we let you go, Luke, I want to throw something out there, because we'll all be breaking down starting this month the SEC, where we think teams will finish and the schedules and all that. So I'm just going to fast forward here as we get toward the end of May. Your surprise team out of the entire conference this year, East and West Division, who's your surprise team that you feel like is going to exceed expectations based on early predictions?
Well, I'll give you 2, and they're both going to be from the East. I think that Kentucky's going to be a lot better than people want to give them credit for. I think they're going to be just a tough team to deal with, just a team you don't want on your schedule, not necessarily because they're going to be so good and really be a threat to win the East or anything. I just think they're going to be tough. I just think they're going to be not your usual Kentucky. And then I'm going to say Florida. Look, everybody is discounting Florida, and they think Jim McElwain has just lucked into the SEC championship game for 2 years, and maybe he has. But having said that, he has been there 2 years in a row, and that says a lot about where he's gotten this program, considering he's had 0 offensive production out of these programs. And he did go to LSU last year and win a game that he had to win to represent the SEC championship game. I think Florida's going to be a surprise team again. I don't think they win the East, but I do believe that they get very, very close again. Their schedule's pretty arduous. I mean, it's sandwiched that all the SEC play, which includes a home game with Texas A&M, and actually they get a home game against LSU. They get both teams in the West at home this year because of the mix-up last year. But they're sandwiched in between a game against Michigan and a game against Florida State. I don't know that anybody else is going to be bookended by games like that.
Yeah, I saw that Tuesday night when we were going through the schedules. Florida got a really tough schedule, so it'll be interesting to see how that happens. We got a lot more time over the next couple months to run through all these scenarios and talk about it, and we'll do it. Luke, we appreciate the call. Be safe.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Up against another break. Don't go anywhere. More Sports Blitz Saturday Sports Countdown on the way right after this.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Lakeside Marina and Watercraft Rentals have spring fever and are happy to announce that Bennington is back. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek is now Lake Martin's Bennington pontoon dealer with all models of Bennington pontoons that deliver speed, power, and stability with their elliptical sport packages and best-in-class styling and luxury. See the full line now for best selection as well as the all-new personal watercraft from Kawasaki. Lakeside Marina at Blue Creek, #1 for a reason. Lakeside Marina is also your authorized Easy Go kart dealer for Lake Martin.
Got your eye on a new Nissan? It's time to zero in on huge savings at Lynch Nissan of Auburn. 0% financing is back in a big way on many of your favorite Nissan models, but only for a limited time. Buy today and save up to $11,000 off MSRP on remaining 2016s as we make room for the 2017s. Get up to $5,000 off MSRP on the new Rogue SL or 0% for 72 months. Just click it and pick it now at lynchnissan.com. Lynch Nissan of Auburn, I-85 at exit 51.
Hi? We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Did your team just win the big game? Are you looking for a unique way to honor a valuable employee? Lila's Engraving has you covered, offering a large selection of custom trophies and plaques. Lila's also offers cast aluminum car tags, custom engraved wine glasses, clocks, and wood cutting boards. They even offer custom framing for any art or picture as well. Lila's combines the best quality items with the fastest service around. With over 27 years of experience in the Alexander City and Lake Martin areas, Lila's Engraving is your only choice for custom awards and engraved gifts. Always remember, winners choose Lila's.
If you're seeing the American cockroach, throw up the red flag. Ladybugs, throw up the red flag. Ants and swarming termites, throw up the red flag. And kudzu bugs, throw up the red flag. That's Red Flag Pest Control. So the caution is on. Call Red Flag Pest Control today.
I'm Scott Davis with Red Flag Pest Control, celebrating our 10th anniversary. Call me today, 256-825-0430.
Welcome back, everyone, to Saturday Sports Countdown. About 30 more minutes left in today's show, presented by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Andy and Brett here with you. Looking at the Week 1 and 2 college football schedule that was coming out by ESPN this week. They went ahead and put some times and dates beside some of the big games coming up in the first week of the season. 100 days it was on Tuesday.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
we're a little, 90-something days away from it's a little early to be looking at Week 1 of the schedule, but
that's right.
Is it ever too early?
No, it's never too early. Never on this program.
Never on this. So we're going. It's kind of a of who you got. This is what we would normally do on week 1. So we'll take a look at some of these games. And again, we talked about this, setting this up earlier. You got week 1, which you got tremendous games, a lot of neutral site games. But week 2 is jam-packed with a lot of good games this year. So it's not just going to be that second week just everybody playing also ran. Not so much this year. So let's just look at week 1. We'll run down some of these games. Just preliminary, just off the top. We hadn't done a lot of research, but going back, you know these teams. I mean, we'll just take who you like, who you got in these games. September the 2nd. It's on a Saturday.
It's a rematch.
South Alabama at Ole Miss.
Rematch. South Alabama beat them the first time.
How about that?
Oh,
Shea Patterson, you know, he's taking control of the Rebels, you know, under a cloud.
That's right.
You like Ole Miss.
I like Ole Miss, and let's go
to the phone line.
There you go. Caller, go ahead. You're on the Saturday Sports Countdown.
This is Randy. Glad to be on with y'all.
Hey, man, glad you called in. We just had Luke on, and it's been a great show. I looked up. It's 8:30, and I mean, that shows you that we've had a lot of great stuff going on and a lot of fun stuff. But, you know, got a little spill. We actually got into the Greg Goff thing and how absolute ridiculous it really was. Andy feels like the guy had to have wanted to get fired with what he did. And I know you and I have talked about it. We know a player that's on the team for Alabama. Kind of was watching this situation closely, Randy. You know, it's weird. He gets his buyout. Alabama just wants him out of there. They fire him with no cause, so they give him his full pay for the next 4 years just to get him gone. Luke said maybe $450,000. But number one, he's either so ignorant he didn't understand the rules, or number two, he did it so brazenly that he said, look, come in and fire me. I want to get gone.
Well, you feel like, and that was the topic I was going to go to actually, Brett, and you feel like when you watch this situation play out, it's a broken record. How many years in concession have we been on our Sports Blitz programming and talked about the ills that is college baseball here in the state of Alabama? And you feel like Butch Thompson's maybe making some decent strides on the Auburn side, but I still got a little wait-and-see attitude with that. I'm glad we got him, but we're nowhere near the top of the pack just yet. But back to Alabama, I think he was making a statement, Brett, more than anything, that he didn't feel like the previous regime left him a talent base that could compete in the SEC.
Yeah.
And expecting maybe administration to give him a pass here on year one, clean house, go out there, get his guys. You got to think if he didn't want to get fired, that he was making a statement maybe with understanding that this thing wasn't going to work out for him anyway. I could be wrong there, but that's just reading between the lines. But a team like Alabama that really tanked at the end of the season, they go over to Vandy and they lose the first two games by a combined score of 31-3. You can't do that. You can't have teams quit on you. And it was clear that that team had quit on him. And it was time for new blood. And it's an expensive mistake, but it's one that both of our programs here in this state have made. Sonny Galloway was a very expensive mistake. There were question marks when he was hired, question marks on what the administration was thinking. Oklahoma pretty much holding a parade so he can get out of town, and we bring him on into Auburn, and it all plays out the way that many expected. So it's a hard, I think I'm beating around the bush to say it's a hard job here in the state, college baseball coach. The way that recruiting is, the way that the scholarship limitations are, and the way that the surrounding states and the SEC in general have opportunities to go out there and use these scholarship options that they have to bring more players in. We beat it like a dead horse, Brett, but it has to be said because I don't think there's any coincidence that since Bells and Hal Barrett left, both of those programs both have struggled mightily.
Yeah, both have been really irrelevant, to be honest with you. And, again, you raised some really good points about baseball in general in this state, and flipping over to Auburn, Butch Thompson, I'm with you. I think Auburn got a great coach, but I think Auburn really overachieved this year. I mean, it was disappointing the way Auburn ended the SEC schedule after winning 11 of 12 series. They let Alabama come in and sweep them, which was devastating. You go from a chance to win the conference outright to wondering if you're going to host a regional. Then you go to Baton Rouge and get swept ugly. And you somehow come back and manage 2 or 3 against Ole Miss. You do win one game in the SEC tournament, but this is probably more a truer picture of what this team really was here at the bottom of the schedule than what Auburn did throughout the year. But Greg Goff in Alabama, you're right. The one thing that puzzles me is that you can tell kids not to come back, but you got to allow them to keep their scholarship. That's a rule. He was going to pull the scholarships, and it's like it was like you said. Maybe the administration would give him a pass, but they were about to be hit with a lawsuit. Players were so disgruntled that Alabama really had no choice but to get rid of him.
Area's complete automotive solution, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Show Enough Barbecue. Since 1990, we've been serving you the finest barbecue in Alexander City. Gerald believes in cooking fresh meat daily, and the secret to that is, I'm not going to tell you. Show Enough is just not about barbecue, but also known for fresh vegetables and homemade pies. That's where I come in. I'm Linda Sanford, better known as the Pie Lady. We also do catering. For more information, give us a call at 234-675.
When you're born, you're really young. You're like 0.
Offering the best products at the best prices with the area's best warranties and installing them with the area's best technicians. With great customer service, a knowledgeable sales staff, and our commitment to customer satisfaction, along with the best selection of the latest technology in the industry, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. Shop with confidence. Shop at the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn.
Get out and go in a new Altima, just $18,988. During the Nissan Now sales event, a new 2017 Altima is just $18,988.
Welcome back to Sports Blitz. Saturday Sports Countdown. About 4 minutes left.
Oh, you killing me.
I kill you with these videos. Great, man. So anyway.
Okay.
Would you rather? We got 3 more left.
Let's try them. Would you rather make the game-winning catch or have the game-winning hit?
I want the game-winning hit. I want the game-winning hit. Although it's pretty cool to make that catch now.
I played softball one time. I played in a game, and you remember Cliff Jackson?
Oh yeah.
He hit a line drive into left field, and I caught it full spread about 6 inches off the ground I think the last.
So
would you rather swim with the Sharks or run with the Bulls in Pamplona?
I'm gonna run with the Bulls.
Now we're talking about great whites. I mean.
I mean, you can't swim with little black tips out there.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are out there swimming. Nobody's stupid enough to just go swimming with great whites.
Better watch what you say.
Well, in a cage, okay, but
some of them swim without a cage out there. I mean, I'm probably gonna run with the Bulls. I can get out of the way a little bit. I mean, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
No, you trip and fall.
And the Bull's not gonna eat you. He'd gore you to death.
He'll gore you to death.
He's not gonna eat you.
Sharks don't eat. They don't eat people. I mean, they just bite them so severely that they bleed out. So
well, they take a chunk out of you.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. They bite you so severely that you bleed
If
out.
they swallow your flesh, they're eating you.
They spit you out.
Would you rather drive across America for 2 weeks or visit a foreign country by ship or plane?
I'm probably gonna. First, I would like to see all of my own country first. Points. I mean, although I've been overseas, I've been to a foreign country. I've done that, but I haven't done the 2-week trek across the United States. So I would like to do that. I would rather do that right now.
My family drove to Montana over about a 2-week span and back in the early '90s, and that was saw a lot of the United States. Saw Mount Rushmore, saw the Arch in St. Louis, but and I've been to different foreign. Been to Italy, been to Austria and Switzerland. Yeah. But I don't know. There's something about loading up in a car and going and seeing America. I just seems like I think that's right up my alley.
That's where I am too. So.
I think that'd be pretty good. Would you rather drink a gallon of rancid milk or nothing?
I mean, I'm just go check my Facebook page out.
Please don't.
I mean, this guy.
What is wrong with people?
Well, that's coming. That segment will be coming up in the month of June at some point.
Please. That's going to wrap up the show, and not a moment too soon. We appreciate so much all of you out there joining us today. For Brett Pritchard,
happy Memorial Day.
I'm Andy Graham. Happy Memorial Day. Happy weekend. We'll see you soon.
See you Tuesday.
Auburn Opelika has that perfect something for you. From sophisticated chic boutiques to exceptional dining, there's a retailer or restaurant to make your next visit special. Whether it's elegant fine dining or freshly squeezed lemonade, you'll find the perfect fit for every taste and budget. The food's great and the shopping is too, so be sure to check out the wide array of gifts, decor, clothing, and more. For every occasion, Auburn Opelika has what you're looking for. Let's make your next trip memorable. Visit Auburn Opelika.
What value would you gain working with Lee Marketing Group? With 4 divisions under one umbrella, Sign Source, Lee Apparel, R&B Media, and LMG Baker Advertising Agency, Lee Marketing Group offers a comprehensive approach. From logo design and brand